Hey, Paper Junkie, AG Tube fan, hello. So hopefully I'm not going to have any issues today with the broadcast or my computer or network errors. Hey, Wanda. I don't know what's going on with my computer lately, but my husband's going to look at it this weekend. I knew enough to fix a few things, but not enough to fix all of it. Like, I'm scary with computers. I tend to blow things up. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Hey, Me Bear Creations. All right, so today I just thought I could film this, but then I have to edit it and upload it. And I like live because I don't have to do any of that and I can chat with you guys. Anyway, I did film and I am going to edit a sewing tutorial for creating this belly band like I have on my travel case. There's already a video for creating the luggage tag already, and I'm going to try to remember to link the luggage tag video in the description of the belly band video. And I said in the belly band video, and I'll say it again, this is my normal travel case that I take. I've tried a lot of different travel cases, including the Harbor Freight bag, which I have. I like the Harbor Freight bag for when I'm just taking like some of my supplies to, say, my aunt's house because we're working on the family cookbook or something like that. It's not my preferred travel case. It's a great case. I love all the pockets on the outside, but when you're traveling, specifically flying, I always worry shit's going to fall out of those pockets. It hasn't, mind you. But remember, I have anxiety disorder. So telling me not to worry about stuff is just an effort and futility. It's just not going to happen. I prefer this case because everything's closed up, right, and protected. And that makes me happier. Plus, this is cute. I mean, really, it's a cute little leather bag. It measures about 14 by 9 by about 5. Now it is expandable a little bit, and when I made the belly band, I made sure there was enough room so that should I pick up lots of extra free goodies or go art supply shopping or something and I have it really, really full, that I can still get the belly band on there. The belly band just gives me extra security that I know it's going to stay closed should these clips fail. It is a vintage case. So when I come back from every trip, I always check the clips. I check the status of the handle, make sure nothing's cracking. You know, it's a vintage little suitcase. I do anticipate at some point I'm going to have to replace it. It's going to break. I'll try to get it repaired first because I just think it's too cute. But anyway, it only has so much room inside. I'm pretty sure it's a vintage, like, train case, like a makeup case. I don't think it's too awfully old. And how many of you just got done watching Lindsay the Frugal Crafter's live broadcast with her watercolor tutorial? Thumbs up for Lindsay. That was a great tutorial. I love the peacock painting that she did. So this is the inside of the bag. It's made in China. It's not, like I said, it's not, you know, super fancy. It's got some stains on it. And right now there's like glitter and stuff on the bottom because it's a little dirty. I should probably get rid of that. Holy moly. Where's my baby wipes? It's cloth covered on the inside, and like I said, it's a vintage case, so I really like it. I'm always on the lookout for another one for someday when, you know, I lose this one because it breaks and it's just not repairable. But I really like the size of this one, and everything else I see is either way too small or way too big. But you have to figure out what works for you. Yeah, she had a great, hey, Amy, she had a fabulous broadcast today. I loved her broadcast. Okay, so I really love this case, and I'm just determined this is going to be my case that I take traveling. I'm really going to bite the bullet. I'm not going to keep spares of a bunch of different kind of travel stuff. I'm just going to keep what makes me happy and what will fit in my bag. There's a couple things I'm going to keep, even if I don't carry them all the time, and we'll talk about those today. I do have a couple of other like watercolory travel bags, including a Tom Bihn bag, which I really like, but it's just not the right size for me. You know what? It's too big. So I do think that I'm going to end up selling this one. I hate to say that out loud. I do like it. It does have like an eraser, a pencil sharpener, a pencil in here. It's got a couple of different pencils. It's got some watercolor paper. There's some Quar watercolor samples in here. There's a color wheel in here. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. There is no watercolor kit in here. There is a travel palette in the outside pocket. I may stuff a watercolor kit in here. It's not like I don't have lots of pocket kits, because hello, this is me you're talking to. I have a lot of pocket kits. There's a palette here. So I may take one of the pocket kits out of my collection, or I may get like a Cotman kit to stick in here and then sell this on my Etsy shop. If one of you is interested, please private message me either here over YouTube or in the Facebook group, or you can email me. My email is in the description below. I love this bag. Bihn is a company that makes different kinds of travel bags. The last name is Bihn. You can Google them. I love their bag. There's nothing wrong with their bag. I've just never used it because it's too big for me. It doesn't work for me. You want it, Toy? Private message me, Toy. I'll even make sure to put in some of my postcards in here, and I'll put some paints in here because there's no paints in here right now. But it's just, there's nothing wrong with it. It just is not right for me. So that's going to go to a new home. I also have, are you ready? This isn't, and again, I just filmed the video. It's not even done being edited yet. It will be. This is another travel bag. Now this bag is, I'm not keeping it. We found this when we were cleaning and purging. We forgot we had it. It's a vintage camera case, and I made the belly band for it. It's going to be sold as is. So again, if somebody's interested, email me. It's leather. It's very old. Again, it's vintage. It has the lock and key. It probably needs to go to a leather repairman and have the straps worked on because there's a crack in one strap, and it has the clips on the sides for a shoulder strap, but the shoulder strap is missing. But look how big this is inside. And again, this is a great case because you could fit everything in here. It's plenty big enough. You have just as much, if maybe not a little bit more room than in my bag. And it closes up tight, so all your stuff is protected. And I love that, you know, you can give new life to one of these vintage pieces by, you know, coming up with a new use for it, like a travel art bag. And this is a cute bag. I don't need it. So, you know, I've got too many of these things hanging around. So again, if you're interested in either one of these, email me. I don't know on the travel bag. I think I'm going to charge around $35 to $40 for it. Bihn bag was really expensive. I don't expect to get all of that back, but email me and we'll talk about it. If you go to tombihn.com, there, I don't even know if that particular bag is, they were going to come back out with it in a new color or something, and I don't know if they've done that yet. So, okay, so this is my travel bag, our travel bag. So I really love this kit. Now, if you've been watching Watercolor Wednesday, you've seen this kit. This is from art-toolkit.com. The link is in the description of this video. So click on the down arrow if you're on a tablet or smartphone. I love this kit. Now, it comes with this small little journal, which is a moleskin, watercolor moleskin album filled with cold pressed paper, which is a great album, by the way. This is the one I normally use, this is a Strathmore. This is my travel journal. I will be hanging on to the small one, and when I'm done with this one, then I'll switch to this one. This is cute. It also comes with this little muslin pouch with this little, it looks like a business card holder. In fact, I bet you it probably is originally intended for that. And then they've taken the inside of it and they've put a piece of white like paper on the lid, and they've put these little metal pans with a magnet into the bottom. And these are probably eyeshadow pans. That's what I'm guessing. They look like eyeshadow pans, and they've filled it with eyeshadow pans, and you can fit 14 colors in here, that's decent. And look how small it is. So I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to keep the journal because I really am attracted to using these, and it's very unique, but I'm not going to use it right now because for right now, at least, this isn't going to work great for me. I'm not getting rid of them, though. I'm going to keep them. What I did was I altered the bag a little bit. So I took the bag and I fit the minimum number of things in email. I feel like I need more coffee or something. Watercolor things in here that will work for me. And I can bring my journal and this, and I have plenty enough to watercolor with on my vacation. So in here I have, it came with this little like syringe to fill your water brush up with, which I think is fabulous because I used to have this. I like this. This is a little Japanese like condiment thing, and he's really cute for carrying around water, you know, to put water in your brushes or water on your palette. This is cuter and smaller. So this is going to be, again, I'm not getting rid of this. He's going to go in my spares drawer, but this is going to be in here because this is cute and small. I've got 2 koi water brushes, a medium and a small one. The handles with their caps in them, and then the lids here. I've got a number of small pencils. Now, I do normally carry these watercolor pencils with me. I'm actually thinking of doing something crazy and chopping them in half. I know, right? You're all like, what? These are spare pencils, and the Derwent one I actually got free in from a demo. So I'm actually thinking I've got like 2 pinks and this blue. Well, actually a pink, kind of a brown, and a blue. So I'm thinking about actually cutting these in half, and then they'll fit in this pocket with my other pencils. And when I'm like places like on celebrity cruises, we were doing something, and when we were on our cruise, and they had these little pencils, so I kept them. So because they're perfect in here, and this is a pencil from IKEA, so they're perfect inside your watercolor kit, and they cost you nothing. And this is a Stabilo all pencil that obviously I've gotten it down to like the nib, like it's down to like, you know, but that's okay because that means it's perfect for in here. Now I also have a pencil sharpener in here, a nice metal basic one, Staedtler pencil sharpener, and it also fits in here. But I do think I'm gonna chop some of these in half, at least like the blue and the pink ones, so that I can get them in here. So I do think I'm gonna do that. I have some paper towels tucked in the pocket back here. Now where the pencils are is where the palette that it comes with normally sits, in this pocket, but the pencils work great in there. I've got some paper towels back here. I have this little mini sprayer. It looks like a mini mister, and you could use a mini mister. This is from my Kindle Skin, you know, protective screen thing. And so I usually carry this with me, and I fill it with water, and I use it for spraying down my watercolor palette to activate all the paints. And it fits right here in the middle. And then this is my normal watercolor palette that I bring. Now, this is one that I made up custom, and I'm going to keep using it. This is my favorite palette to take with me on watercolors. It's a mixture of koi and Daniel Smith colors. This is the colors that are in here. It does have a small Winsor Newton brush in it, a really fine one, which I could use with a cup of water. And I have this rubber band on here just to, you know, be safe and keep it open. I mean, again, I have anxiety disorder, so, you know, just, yeah, an old hand sanitizer thing would work. Anything that has a spray top and a cap that you can put water in. And it doesn't have to be very big because, you know, you just need to have enough water in there. And most of the time when I'm using it, it's in the hotel room or in the stateroom. In the morning, everybody else is still sleeping. I'm sitting at the table with my cup of coffee, doing a quick painting, probably of something that I was inspired by the night before. And, you know, I'm usually near a water source, so that's not a big deal. It comes with a ruler, which is great not only for doing straight lines, but also you can use the corners to scratch into your paint, you know, to scratch lines and things into your paint. It comes with 2 clips, 2 bulldog clips here to hold your journal open. It came with those. It came with a Sharpie pen. I added a Uniball Signo and my favorite Pilot Varsity disposable fountain pen. That is everything I need besides my journal I don't even have to have the colored pencils in here. This is everything, the minimum that I have to have in here to work with my journal when I'm traveling. So these two things will fit nicely in my bag. Now, if I have extra room after we pack the bag, I do have these travel brushes. I have a spare Winsor Newton brush, and I've got these really great, these are Midas Touch. I don't think that's what they're called. They're travel watercolor brushes set. I got these on Amazon. There's a flat and 2 rounds in here. And if I have room in the kit, these will be going in there, because there is times when I am in the hotel room or I'm on a patio where I don't want to use a water brush. Like, I have the 2 of the koi ones in there, but sometimes I want to use a cup and a regular brush. This is a travel watercolor water reservoir cup thing from Faber-Castell. And if there's room in my travel case, we will be putting these in here. Again, if I have room in it and I'm brave enough, I'll be cutting these in half and sticking them in there. Okay, so what's the next category of thing? I always take watercolor with me because I always do some watercolor, but then I always take my year of my life journal with me. You have 30 of them. Okay, well, use them because they're good for things like this. So this year, I've used a binder inspired by the ladies over at The Documented Life. Love them. A couple thumbs up for them. And I like the idea of using a binder because it's very changeable. You can, you know, as you're going through your month, you can pull things out, add things really easily without taping or gluing or anything. But it's kind of clunky to carry around with you. So next year, we're going to be doing a journaling thing in my Facebook group. And I think I've come up with a solution that's a little bit better to travel with. For this year, I'm still finishing up with this, and I am getting ready to go on a trip. So this, generally speaking, does not fit in my bag. I do have some things I have to stick in here. That's why they're right there. Let's just do this with them. My daughter gave me a birthday present from Sephora, so I don't know what I'm going to do with the bag yet, but I might do something with it. I always hang on to things before I know for sure I'm not going to use them, and then I toss them out. So I don't know if this is going to fit in there. It generally doesn't. When I travel, I usually have my travel case and then a backpack. I have a Sackroots backpack. It's a cute backpack. And the last couple times I've traveled, the binder and then my Kindle, my iPad, and stuff like that has been in my backpack because this binder is just too clunky. For next year, we have something smaller. Hey, Patricia, how are you? And I'll give you guys a sneak peek. The video is coming out in October, but for next year, it's going to be like Traveler's Notebook style. And this is much smaller and easier to take with you when you go on a trip. So look how nicely that fits in there. Well, you can't see, you're off camera. So look how nicely that fits in there. So that's the next year's binder. So this is going to fit in here really great. The binder doesn't really fit. It's too clunky. I mean, I'll still use it because I started the year with it and I'm going to finish the year with it. But for next year, we're going to be using more like a traveler's notebook, and which will fit in here much better. And if I needed to, I could even stand it on end because it's not very tall. Okay, so we've got our journal, but we know it's not fitting in there. It's just not fitting in there. And then, you know, I always struggle, like you guys do too, I know. How many supplies are too many supplies? Right? Look at this pile, you guys. Oop. It's ridiculous, right? Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. You're going to kind of see a shot of the garbage can, but that's all right. So it's too much. And no matter how attached I am to some of these cases and or supplies, there's some things that are in here that just don't work for me when I'm traveling. They work fine at home, but they don't work when I'm traveling. Now, like this red 100 pen case. I love this case. I don't know that it really works for me when I'm traveling. We're gonna see, because we're gonna actually dump everything out. This is the American Science and Surplus case that I made. Now, again, I don't know that I'm going to get rid of this one because I do really like it, but for journaling and traveling, it doesn't really work for me. For one thing, I didn't use any of these pages that are in here, and I used it as kind of a watercolor kit, but it didn't really work well for that. I may end up selling it. I actually have 3 of these. This is one of them. I don't need 3 of them. I may keep this one and sell the other 2. So again, if you're interested, let me know, because I have 2 more of these. They've already got the binder rings inside. All right. So I like to take a variety of my own stickers and things with me. And that's what this big blue case is. This is a What a Day winner, it says on the front. It's some kind of travel thing. I've got a few rulers, some sticky notes, some stickers, little mini stencils, which, okay, Patricia, email me. I've got 2 more of these just like this, and I have another case too you guys are going to see in a minute. I'm going to make a pile of stuff and we'll review what I have that I'm going to unload. Okay, so I have all these little mini stencils, which I love and I love to use, and I always drag them around with me. You know what though? I never bring acrylic paint with me. I never bring acrylic paint with me. I do have some Carnage Watercolor 2 crayons, but I don't know that I need to carry these stencils in here. We're gonna leave them in here. I'm gonna think about it. I don't know that they need to be in here. I've got some washi tape, double-sided tape, some different kind of stickers, and some wax paper. I think the wax paper should be in the watercolor kit. What can you use to your own? Okay, Toy, I don't understand that one. So I'm going to stick these back. Let's see. I don't know where to stick them. I'm going to stick them over here. This should be in the watercolor kit. So let's stick it in there with the paper towels, because that's where I use this generally, is with the watercolor kit. When I am traveling, usually I have a certain amount of background painting already done in my travel journal. So I don't bring acrylic paint with me, but I do like to bring stickers and labels and things to glue in. And then if I'm going to add any more color, I do it with markers or crayons or something like that. So I want to have all of the... Oh, okay. So these little stencils, some of them are purchased. Most of them are homemade, and I used my silhouette, or I cut them by hand. Some of these are hand cut. Some of them are like this one. Wait, I need something. There we go. Okay, so like this one. This was a piece of a larger stencil I think I got at like Walmart, and I cut it down small. Now you could use the Neocolor crayons through here, which is I think why they're still in my kit. I've never used them that way. I'm not sure they need to be in here, but I'm going to leave them in for right now. That's what my instincts are telling me to do, so I'm going to listen to that. And this little bag has enough room for that, to leave them in here. I have too many pens, I got to tell you guys. Okay, so I also have a little cutting board, which again, I'm not sure I need. There actually has been a couple of occasions where I've needed something to cut on, but then I don't carry an X-Acto knife with me because I don't, you can't get through security with it. So, okay, so I'm thinking now, why do I need this? Maybe I don't want to get rid of it because I like this little cutting board, and there are times in the studio I could use it, and I don't want to dig it out of the travel case. So maybe that's the choice there. Maybe it needs to stay here, and I can put it up here above my desk, and it'll be within easy reach. All right, so that solves that problem. So now I have a case that's full of my paper embellishments, and that will fit in here. Yeah, that'll still close. This is a little credit card wallet. The girls and I got these when we were in Las Vegas on the art retreat that we went on, and they hold a lot of washi tape. I got to tell you, a lot of washi tape gets held in here. So this is really nice and tight and has lots of tape in it. So that's plenty for me. I don't need more than that. We're going to empty out this case now. Look at all this stuff that's in here. I love pens, Toy. I love pens. Like, you know, I love pens. Okay, so here's another pencil sharpener. Why do I need two of them? There's one in the watercolor case. If I needed to sharpen something, I could use the one in the watercolor case. So why don't, and I love this pencil sharpener. It's a really good one, FYI. Reading glasses. Okay, I am not young anymore. These are a must keep. Because holy moly, yeah. Reading glasses. Let's see. All right, so this is another little like travel wallet. This is from Amazon. This is it says money plan double pouch on the front. So, but my reading glasses should fit in here. I have these little travel scissors. These are, again, from the Japanese dollar store in Las Vegas. And they're perfect for cutting out little embellishments. So we're going to put those in there. Look at all this stuff. I don't even know what all this stuff is. Jeez. So I just said I carry usually, the only coloring besides watercolor thing that I carry would be these crayons. Sometimes I'll grab some of my neon colored gel highlighter pens. Emergency. Yeah, emergency reading glasses, because I'm not young anymore and I can't really be without them. So I'm going to put my Neocolors here. These are little 3D embellishments. Again, this is something I started carrying with me when I first did my first travel kit, and I never, I never took it out. I don't even know how does this open. Here we go. And I don't think I've ever used anything that's in here. I may shove this into one of the kits that I'm selling. There's some brads in here. I never use any of this stuff. Like if I'm going to put a brad in something, I usually do it when I'm at home. I don't do it while I'm on vacation. So I think that has to come out. I do like to carry these. It's a cute case though, right? This is a first aid case. It's a little pill box. So, and you can get these all over the place at the dollar store, Target, and this one happens to be divided by 6. So if you are going to carry embellishments with you, this is great. If you want to make a homemade watercolor kit, this is a cheap way to do it. You can only get 6 colors in it, but the box is cute and portable. Okay, this, let's see. All right, these are actually color pencils. They're really little, but they're small enough that I can use that if I want to, again, add some color to my journal pages while I'm out, I can do that. It has a pencil sharpener in here, right here, that fits in here. You can find these at your Japanese markets or on Amazon, eBay. They're called, this one says Mini Staff 12 color pencil in card. These are made in Japan. I have seen them on the internet, and this is a refill pencil. So we're going to put those in here. This is a credit card or old gift card for smoothing down glue. Of course, we always need that, right? I just, at some point you just get too much stuff, and then holy cow. Okay, a hole punch. What the heck do I have a hole punch in, or a punch in here for? I don't even know why this is in here. That needs to go. I'm not going to get rid of it. I think I'll put it with my other punches, which is where it should be. Holy moly. Okay, glue stick. I use a lot of Yoo-hoo. That's when I'm gone, especially out of town. Yoo-hoo is the glue that I usually use to stick things down with. Now these bags, these are because I do travel with decoupage medium or glue, and just in case, even though I carry it in the cabin with me, in case there's something doesn't explode inside of my case, I usually put things inside of a plastic bag. for right now, I'm going to take my little plastic bags and put them in the pocket in the lid of my case. Do you use what? The punch? I haven't used it in like, I don't remember when. Oh, the eraser. You mean this one? I've got two. Again, we have two. Now, not when I'm watercoloring. When I'm watercoloring, I don't generally erase anything. I usually just let it go. I like the pencil lines and marks. And honestly, I don't know why these erasers are in here. I don't think that I've used one at all while I've been traveling. That doesn't mean I shouldn't keep one in here. You never know. If you have a pencil, you should probably have an eraser. So, but I don't think I need two of them. I think I'm just going to keep the kneaded eraser. So we're going to put the other one away later. So we'll put the kneaded eraser in here. I'm going to stick it in with the gift card in here in the pocket. All right. I already have two of these in the watercolor kit. I don't need another one. So it's going to go over here. Let's see. Palette knife. That I probably need because I've been known to be out of town and not have one and have to go buy it. So that, I don't know that that's going to fit in here, but I have this outside extra pocket over here. Yep, it fits in there. Yep. I just have to remember it's in there. Okay, what is this? Pokey tool. Okay, again, I don't know why that's in there because I don't think I've ever used it. So the point of going on vacation is to maybe do a little bit of art and enjoy your family, enjoy the new scenery, and have fun, not to carry your whole studio with you, which I readily admit I have trouble with. I have big trouble. All right. So next, let's do something with these. I do love all my pens, but do I need to have this many with me? Now, what is this one? This is a Smashbox. I wonder if this is a glue pen. Oh, it's scissors. Huh. Okay, so I have a spare pair of scissors. I don't know if I need two, but maybe I want to keep this in case one like bites the dust, so I don't have to buy new scissors. I don't need to bring it with me though. All right. I do like this black gel crayon. This is from the Target Up and Up crayons, and I like it, but I almost never use it on my travel journal. I'm not sure why it's in here. Feud ball and a scarlet line pen. I only really need one of these. We're going to bring the scarlet line pen. Let's see. Move things around here in the pockets. Since this pencil set is like a credit card, I can stick it sideways up here. Yeah, that works. Pink thing, little pink thing at, little pink thing. This thing? Toy? I'm not sure what pink thing you're talking about. The bag that we're working out of? Okay, Stabilo pencil. Actually, we don't need that. We've got one we've got one in the watercolor kit. This is a General's Layout pencil, which is a really soft lead pencil. This looks like the Scarlet Line, but it's not. It's a poly multi-ball. It's a finer nib, so we're gonna stick that in here. Mechanical pencil. Let's see, and then oh, this pink thing. I forgot about this. So this came in a set with an X-Acto knife, and I think there were a pair of scissors from Tuesday Morning. And it's really handy, you know, to have around the studio when you want to, you know, cut out something, and you need a cutting board, but you don't need to drag your huge cutting mat out. It's nice to have the little small one. The little awl, the small mini cutting mat, and I have an X-Acto knife that matches. They all came from Tuesday Morning in a set. Okay, I probably don't need 2 pencils. This is this a pen or pencil? Oh, it's a pen. I'm going to bring the Sharpie pen, and I will bring I want a pencil, but I don't know that I want this pencil. I think I want a mechanical pencil, then I don't need an eraser or a sharpener. So just a cheap mechanical pencil will work. And I can put all of these somewhere else. They don't need to be in there. And I have some idea for a couple more things to stick in here. I do have hole punch. Now this year, because I'm working in a binder, I have found that having a hole punch in here is handy. Next year, this won't be in here. So we're going to put this right here for right now. These are things I would like in here, but don't necessarily have to be going forward for next year. But like the hole punch needs to be in there. The stapler I would like to have in here, and the extra staples. I do find myself stapling things in quite a bit. So I'm going to stick those there. Oh, good to know, Toy. It also came with a little pair of scissors. So, all right. We also have a little small black stamp pad. Not that I've remembered this year to stamp the date on anything, but it's for stamping the date on stuff. I also have a date stamp, which, you know, I don't think there's like a small way to do the date stamp. Okay, let's just, those keep wanting to fall out. I don't need 4 clips. I only need 2. So let's put them here. Oops. Right? And then we can zip that part up. Okay. We put our glue in here. Yoo-hoo glue. Now, sometimes I like to stick heavy things in my journal while I'm away. And knowing this, I need something more than a Yoo-hoo glue stick, because that's not going to work. So generally, I was carrying Collage Podge around with me, but then I found this small container of golden extra heavy gel in matte. This works really great, which is why I needed the palette knife. You too. And that small tacky glue is great too. Now this I found at Target in the $1.50 bins. And having the small containers is handy to start with, but then you can just reuse the container, and when they get empty, reload them from a larger one. So I love that. Now they're not going to both fit in this bag. I don't think either one of them is, but they're going to stay in the case. So we're going to put them over here. I do think I want to put a couple of my neon highlighters in here. So they're Bible highlighters, and I have these. I have a couple different brands. Let's see. Do I have the other brand? It's actually a little smaller. Let's see. And we'll put these in there. Let's see. Maybe we'll switch them out. So I have these. They're actually for Bible journaling, which I don't do. But they are fabulous. They're 6 colors. This is the same thing. It's just a bigger size. But I think I'm going to take the littler ones, which I like to carry with me when I'm traveling. And I think we can squeeze them in here. And our spare pencils. Okay. This looks really fat, people. I don't know if I can get this shut. Let's see. I guess I can. Woohoo! So that's like the minimum for me, the minimum of stuff. So I have one for paper and stickers, one for tools and coloring, and that fits right there. Now, if we were putting the other journal in, it would fit right here, like for next year. This year, the binder is just too clunky. Like we could fit it right here. And the washi tape we could squeeze in down that way, right? But this is just too clunky this year. I mean, the binder. The binder's just, there's no way it's going to fit in there. So then what I would do is take my glues, because I don't want them to leak. I don't want to take a chance that the lid's going to come off or anything like that. So I always put them in a Ziploc bag. Even if I'm going in the car, I put them in a Ziploc bag, but especially if I'm traveling by plane. Okay, and then there's enough room for me to put a couple of optional goodies in here. You don't need to have these in here. We're going to probably chop these in half. I don't need to carry the collage page with me. And there is enough room for everything in here, and there's plenty of room to shut the lid. With room to spare, I probably could get, you know, if I wanted to. Now, if you wanted to, and you really keep it to the minimum, if you really wanted to and you felt like you needed it, you probably could get a small coloring book in here instead of like all this loose stuff. You could probably get a small coloring book in here and maybe one set of like markers to work in the coloring book. But really, it should be more about documenting your vacation and your stay and enjoying the family than bringing the whole art room with you. But this is what my travel case is going to look like. Now, I am going to, let's see, I am going to, hang on, I didn't plan this very well, you guys. So look, I have this cute little bag. We have this bag. We have this bag. I'm telling you guys, I have a travel bag addiction. It's an issue. I see a cute travel bag and then I want to have it. See, and I have these. So these are all going to be for sale. There's just, I can't keep all of these. I'm going to put this to the side right now. Oh, okay. Okay, so I have two more of these black cases. Now, these already have watercolor paper and divider tabs in them. They have nothing else in them. But I think I'm going to sell both of these. So if you're interested, let me know. I think I'm going to ask $10 plus shipping. Or no, maybe we should do $12 shipped. Look, I have this one. Isn't this cute? I actually picked this up not long ago at a thrift store. I don't know what I did, why I bought it, but it's so cute. I think I'm going to sell it too, just as it is. It only cost me, what did it cost me? $2. So I don't know. I'd like my $2 back plus shipping. And again, probably $35 or $40 for the old vintage camera case. Now the Tom Bihn bag was expensive. I do somewhere have the original paper that was in here. Let's see. here. So that's going to go with the case. And I do have some Peerless watercolors that were gifted to me by a very dear friend. And while I like them, I just don't use them enough to do them justice, but they fit really great in this case. So it's a possibility I also send those off with the Tom Bihn bag. If you're interested, let me know. Otherwise, and if you're interested in the bag but not the Peerless watercolors, then I can, we'll do something else about sticking some watercolors in here. But this is expensive. I don't remember exactly how much it was. I want to say $80, but it might have actually been more than that. There is something else in there in the bottom. I'm like, what the heck is that? Oh, it's a strap to like put your keys on. Like, what the heck? So when you're putting together a travel kit, you know, there's lots of options out there, and some of them are probably in your studio. You don't have to do what I've done and, you know, buy everything in the planet in creation to figure out what's going to work for you and what isn't. I share these kind of videos with you, not to brag, but to hopefully share with you so that you can decide which of these you think might work for you, so you can make an educated decision about it. I do have this Kipling 100 pen case. This is well worn, and I don't know that I'm going to keep it, so that might be in the list pile of things to make go away. I also have 2 large round Robax palettes I don't use anymore. They're filled with paint. One is filled with gouache, and they're both the 15-inch palettes. One is got the lesser amount of pans that has the gouache in it, and one has more pans, and that has the regular watercolors in it, including Daniel Smith. I don't remember what the pan count is. You'd have to go to robax.com and look it up, but they're both for sale. I am asking $90 plus shipping because they were really expensive. They both have turntables and lids. They don't have the mixing trays anymore, but let me know if you're interested in any of this stuff. Just email me or private message me either here or on Facebook. The videos for the new journaling program for next year are going to start airing in October, the first week in October, so look for those. That ought to be a lot of fun. And in the meantime, when I'm traveling, I'm going to be bringing my case and my little journal, my binder, separately. It just fits better that way. That binder's clunky. I do think I'm going to cut these in half. I'm wondering if I should just try cutting them in half. What do you guys think? I do really want to cut these in half. So many bags. Some of them need to go away. I actually returned one, which I never do because I bought it and thinking it would work. It didn't work. I really like the little one from these people. Art Toolkit. They make a bigger one and the small one. It wasn't cheap, but the pocket toolkit's the best thing I ever bought. All right, let's see. I got some big snips around here somewhere. I've got to find them. I've got these, and I've got these. I wonder which ones will cut the pencil in half. Do. I should probably take out, my Dremel and saw them in half, but I don't want to. I might regret this. Ooh, hey, that worked really well. Let's try these. I think they might be sharper. I used to do license plate art. Okay. Wow, these Prima pencils have a large lead in them. I've got to tell you guys. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to get some tape. And I'm going to cover those cut ends of those pencils with tape. So you don't have wood splinters, right? Whether this is the end that stays in the studio or goes in your bag, you don't want wood splinters either way. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be functional. This is artist tape. I don't know. I think I got it at Aaron Brothers. It's the kind of tape that's, oh, I used to do a lot of stuff with my husband's Masonic Lodge where we would have to hang things on the walls, but they were really picky about what you use to hang stuff on the walls that wouldn't cause damage, and that's what this kind of tape is. It's the like mounting tape. Okay. That doesn't look too bad. Let's see if we can smash this one. I think it's too tall. Those are too big. That's not too bad. Let's do one more. We're going to sharpen these. Anybody have any questions? I do think I'm going to keep one of the American Science and Surplus, the little black bags, just for because right now, because I'm really not wanting to get rid of all of them, but I have 3 of them. I don't need 3 of them. Oops. A little piece of tape went up inside my cabinet. That's stuck in there now. All right. So then you have these 3, which can sit on my desk, and I can put them up here in my other little cup I have here of like half pencils. And then I can get a sharpener, or I can use this one. And then we have, voila, a little travel pencil. These Prima ones have a lot of lead in them, I got to tell you guys. That doesn't fit in there. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it seems like all these pencil sharpeners are like a slightly different size. No questions? So you just don't need to carry a big pencil with you. Most of us only go on vacation for a week, right? So you don't need a, 5 million supplies. Now in the art toolkit case, you could fit, if you have one of the small Prima sets of watercolors, that would fit in there. If you have the PBO set, that would fit in there, which I have here somewhere. Pencil sharpener's clogged. There we go. This is really exciting watching me sharpening pencils, I know. No questions? I don't think I'm going to put the Collage Page back in my kit because I don't need it in there. So now I have 3 little colored pencils I can stick in my bag. Now you could do that with the Neocolor crayons too and carry more colors with you than the small kit comes with. You could cut some of your Neocolors in half if you're feeling brave. But I wanted to show you, like, here's a PBO palette. It is the same size as the Prima palette. So I can put these in here. So now I have a black because I've got the Stabilo in here. I've got a pink, I've got a light brown, and I've got a blue. That works for me. That works just great for me. So you could put, these are all the same size, see? And the Prima kit's the same size too. And then I have, because you know I collect pocket kits. So Sennelier has a pocket kit that looks identical. Schminke has a pocket kit, looks identical. If you have a larger one like the Cotman set, or like this is a Daler Rowney, it looks very similar to the Cotman set. I don't know. Let's see if it'll fit, if it'll still close. Oh yeah, it will. It may actually fit a little better than this because it's not as thick. So this is a Daler Rowney set, but it's the same size as the Cotman set. So that would fit in here. I haven't swatched any of these. That's why they're still in their boxes. But if you have something that's larger, like this Van Gogh pocket set, it's not going to fit. It's too thick and it's too fat. So you need a small, thin kit. But it will fit in here. Or you can use the one that comes in here and fill it with your favorite paints, which would be fun. So that's it for today. My current travel art setup. I love the art toolkit bag. It's fabulous. And I'm going to like switching to the new travel journal for next year because it's going to fit better in the bag. And I won't have to carry it in my backpack, which I don't really like too much, but what can you do? I want to bring it, need to bring it with me. And who knew I had spare scissors? Oops, I don't want to show that on camera too much. It's got my phone number on it. I don't care about the address. So then I just have the bag and this will go in my backpack and I'm good to go. Any questions? I'm going to put these up here. No questions? Now this kind of little box like this, you know, if you buy like markers like this and you have these little boxes, you can cut these little, there's some little tabby things in here. You cut them off and then you could use this box to make a travel watercolor kit or use it for some of your washi tape or something in your travel bag. This would be great for that. All right, if you're interested in any of the travel bags that I'm not keeping because they just don't work for me and I don't need to hang on to them for posterity, private message me, and otherwise that's it for today. Don't forget the most important thing. You know what that is, right? Go out and have a great day. Do something nice for yourself because you deserve it. And I know a question Lindsay got a lot in her broadcast was about travel brushes. I love my travel brushes that fold up into the handle, like the Winsor Newton brush and the gold ones that I have. But my favorite are the Koi or the Pentel. Is this Pentel? I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, Pentel water brush. I love the Koi ones because they have the cap and the handle, and they don't leak. Sometimes these leak if you travel with them with water in them. All right, that's it, guys. I am going to clean up the mess I just made and edit the belly band video. And that's it, I think. I'm ready to go. I have a week still, and I'm ready to go now on my vacation. Woohoo! All right, that's it. I'll talk to you soon, I hope. I am going to be going out of town a week from tomorrow. So the week of the 15th, there'll be no live broadcast. I won't be here. But I'll try to make sure there's some video for you guys to watch. But I'll see you Monday. Hopefully my computer will be working fine, and we will be back for a live broadcast for Monday with DecoArt. You guys can message me through email, YouTube, or my Facebook group and let me know what you would like to see on Monday. All right, that's it, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.